Greetings in the name of Christ, friends. It is Saturday, December 26th. Yeah, it's Saturday, all right. And we've all had some celebrations yesterday, I hope, and some times of enjoyment. We had a very quiet day in our household, although a lovely, lovely day. And we made pot roast with potatoes, mashed potatoes and carrots. We just had a down-home kind of meal, which was wonderfully satisfying. I hope you found a satisfying day for you as well. It's been kind of a hard Christmas this year, with some of us feeling quite lonely and isolated and feeling a lack of connection. So I hope with these daily devotionals you have felt a sense of connection, to me, of course, but also to your fellow travelers in this church, and perhaps a little broader than that if we've shared it with some of our friends, that we are in this together. And I've chosen some pieces to read out of a book called Watch for the Light, Readings for Advent and Christmas. And this is for December 26th. It's called Ox and Ass. It's by Giovanni Papini, who is an Italian journalist, critic, poet, and novelist, and he lived from 1881 to 1956. Jesus was born in a stable, a real stable, not the bright, airy portico which Christian painters have created for the Son of David, as if ashamed that their God should have lain down in poverty and dirt. And not the modern Christmas Eve holy stable either, made of plaster of Paris, with little candy-like statuettes, the holy stable, clean and prettily painted, with a neat, tidy manger, an ecstatic ass, a contrite ox, and angels fluttering their wreaths on the roof. This is not the stable where Jesus was born. A real stable is the house, the prison of the animals who work for people. The poor old stable of Christ's old poor country is only 4 rough walls, a dirty pavement, a roof of beams and slate. It is dark, reeking. Is that what he said? It is dark. Yeah, it is dark and reeking. The only clean thing in it is the manger where the owner piles the hay and fodder. Fresh in the clear morning, waving in the wind, sunny, lush, sweet-scented, the spring meadow was mown. The green grass, the long, slim blades were cut down by the sides. And with the grass, the beautiful flowers in bloom, white, red, yellow, blue. They withered and dried and took on one dull color of hay. Oxen dragged back to the barn the dead plunder of May and June. And now that grass has become dry hay, and those flowers, still smelling sweet, are there in the manger to feed the slaves of humanity. The animals take it slowly with their great black lips, and later the flowering fields, changed into moist dung, return to light on the litter which serves as bedding. This is the real stable where Jesus was born. The filthiest place in the world was the first room of the most pure man born of woman. The Son of Man, who was to be devoured by wild beasts, calling themselves human, had as his first cradle the manger where the animals chewed the cud of the miraculous flowers of spring. It was not by chance that Christ was born in a stable. What is the world but an immense stable where people produce filth and wallow in it? Do they not daily change the most beautiful, the purest, the most divine things into excrement? Then, stretching themselves at full length on the piles of manure, they say they are enjoying life. Upon this earthly pigsty, where no decorations or perfumes can hide the odor of filth, Jesus appeared one night, born of a stainless virgin, armed only with innocence. First to worship Jesus were animals. Among people, he sought out the simple-hearted. Among the simple-hearted, he sought out children. Simpler than children and milder, the beasts of burden welcomed him. Though humble, those servants of beings weaker and fiercer than they, the ass and the ox, had seen multitudes kneeling before them. Christ's own people, the people of Jehovah, the chosen people whom Jehovah had freed from Egyptian slavery, when their leader left them alone in the desert to go up and talk with the Eternal, did they not force Aaron to make them a golden calf to worship? In Greece, the ass was sacred to Ares, to Dionysius, to Hyperborean Apollo. Balaam's ass, wiser than the prophet, saved him by speaking. Oxus, king of Persia, put an ass in the temple of Tha and had it worshipped. And Augustus, Christ's temporal sovereign, had set up in the temple the brazen statue of an ass to commemorate the good omen of his meeting on the eve of Actium an ass named the Victorious. Up to that time, the kings of the earth and the populace craving material things had bowed before oxen and asses. But Jesus did not come into the world to reign over the world, nor to love material things. He was to bring to an end the bowing down before beasts, the weakness of Aaron, the superstition of Augustus. The beasts of Jerusalem will murder him, but in the meantime the beasts of Bethlehem warm him with their breath. In later years, when Jesus went up to the city of death for the feast of Passover, he was mounted on an ass. But he was a greater prophet than Balaam, coming not to save the Jews alone, but all people. And he did not turn back from his path, no, not though all the mules of Jerusalem brayed against him. A wonderful way to think about those animals in that stable that day. Or night, really. But they probably continued surrounding him by day as well. Let's close with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I hope you find some time for peacefulness, for basking in the light of Christ this day.